Hello car lovers driving the 2024 Subaru Ascent. This is the limited all-equipped model. First, an overview. The Subaru Ascent is a midsize SUV. All versions come with a 4-cylinder turbo that produces 260 horsepower and 277 pounds of torque with a CVT transmission. We get the limited with captain's chairs for the second row. Lovely for those passengers. Fuel economy is 12.3 liters in the city and 9.4 liters on the highway. The principal draws of this vehicle are its price. Few competitors offer premium sound and leather seats at $55,000 plus tax for this version. Its easy driver inputs, 4-wheel drive and great visibility. Prices including destination starts at a reasonable $45,000 and tops out at just $58,000. For perspective, an all-equipped Ascent is priced at just slightly above the base price of a Honda Pilot, which starts at $55,000. I think the Limited, which is our tester, is perfect at $55,000. All the options you need to feel in a luxurious environment. The only time you'll notice your bargain price is the slightly above average wind and road noise on the highway. Ascent gets the big infotainment and nice 20-inch wheels. The interior is probably the most utilitarian and less luxurious in the category. So we're back. What to say about this vehicle? I have come to the conclusion that Subaru has made this vehicle for current Subaru owners who want to level up to a midsize SUV, and they're happy with their Subaru and they love the intrinsic qualities of their Subaru, and that's it. You know, they're loyal customers. It is more difficult for me to see Subaru go out and rip Highlander buyers, rip Pilot buyers, rip CX-90 buyers from their purchase. All right, so let's break that down. The exterior styling is quintessentially Subaru. There's a lot of competition. There's an enormous amount of competition. If we can think of the beautiful exterior styling of the Atlas, of the Pilot, of the CX-90, there's so many of them that come to mind. So it's very utilitarian. You've got to be in love with the Subaru design language. However, it translates well on the inside. There's a lot of space here. The greenhouse, I've been saying it now for the better part of a decade. The Subaru outward visibility, these huge windows, they're just wonderful. I mean, a lot of times if you're coming from a sedan or a hatchback, you're gonna have a little bit of problems when you're parking. Especially some of the other models, other manufacturers, their visibility is not always that good. No problem with the Subaru. I can see full 360, even the rear window, which is usually not very big, very good for Subaru. So the driving characteristics of the Subaru, which is so hard to get on camera, these are such inherently easy driver interfaces, whether it's the brake, whether it's the way the gas comes on, whether it's the way the transmission reacts to your inputs. When you press softly, it accelerates softly. When you give it a bit more gas, it jumps forward. The CVT engine is a nice combination from a drivability perspective. There is a turbocharged engine, question mark for the long-term reliability, but other from that, it produces sufficient power and sufficient racket, let's just say. Speaking of racket, this is one of the less well-insulated mid-size SUVs that I've tried, especially on the all-important highway drive. There is a bit of noise that comes in, and that is very taxing if you're going to be having a conversation with the rear passengers. All right. So, however, it is not taxing enough for it to be a nuisance if you're driving or you're talking next. We're on the highway before. I was talking next to Ross. Blah 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 blah. There was no problem. We weren't raising our voices to get above the sound. So I'm not saying it's a big problem. I'm just saying it doesn't do as well as its competitors. All right. So just put that to the back of your brain. So the ease of use. The seats are very comfortable. The leather quality is sufficient. The interior quality seems to have been raised. Usually in mid-size SUVs, it is a cross between the compact and mid-size sedan, right? The mid-size sedan always being a little bit more beautiful. However, here I can tell you that the interior quality is right up there with the Subaru legacy. All right? So I don't know exactly what they did. It just feels more solid. It just feels more well put together. All right, I'm touching here, soft materials, soft materials, soft materials everywhere. Decent design language. Is it as good as some of its other competitors in terms of design language? No, but this vehicle is less expensive. So you have to factor that in. So in that sense, Subaru is giving you a value. Where is it hurting you versus its more expensive rivals? I would say the steering wheel comes off a 2016 Impreza. All right, this lack of digital dash here in the dashboard is cries 2019. This infotainment, it's a good infotainment. You have your buttons here with for the volume, for the climate control. However, when you're raising or lowering the fan speed, it's not a dial, that's for sure. The whole thing looks 3 years old versus its competitors. Its competitor seems just to have a cleaner design. All right, so it's really and also the exterior styling. I would say you have to be in love with the Subaru design language. This is not ugly. All right, I'm not saying this is an Outback. All right, it looks like a conservative. However, it certainly doesn't have the bling of the CX-90 or the Palisade for that matter. But those vehicles are all slightly more expensive. We have this idea that these SUVs are all cookie cutters, right? They're all more or less the same. I am shocked at work when I talk to people who are shopping these. I mean, they're seeing worlds of difference between the different models. And I think I've labeled some of them for you. The space in back here, I just want to talk about the space management. Really big, high off the ground, lots of rear space. These captain chairs are wonderful in back. When you bring the third row down, plenty of room. So, I mean, Subaru's got you covered. I mean, that's just what it is. The key qualities of these vehicles, I would say, where Subaru delivers, sitting way high up, commanding view of the road, 5-star safety rating for the crash. I mean, you feel safe. I think this is what buyers want, right? They want to feel secure. They want to feel space, and they want to feel a certain level of luxury. I mean, Subaru delivers the Harman Kardon sound system, the driving aids, which are top notch. I was driving them before while Ross was doing his segment, and perfect, easy to use, and that was in the city. So very, very good on that level. Really, the star quality of a Subaru is the outward visibility, the 4-wheel drive, and also the way it does the daily grind. Okay, and this engine transmission combination is excellent in terms of the drivability. It's not very good for the fuel economy, and the turbocharger leaves a question mark for the long-term reliability, but that's about it. So those are my thoughts for the very good Subaru Ascent Limited 2024. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course, you should subscribe, and that is it.